In today's fast-paced world, the pursuit of perfection often seems like an ideal to aspire to. But what lies beneath the surface of this seemingly noble pursuit? I'm Sinta Ebersohn, a post-traumatic growth specialist. So let me tell you what I've learned from my own experience and working with countless individuals when facing adversity or trauma. Perfectionism in a mental health context is a multifaceted trait characterized by setting excessively high standards for oneself, accompanied by a tendency to harshly criticize one's own performance and a persistent fear of failure or making mistakes. It's a relentless drive for flawlessness, often at the cost of well-being and fulfillment. Post-traumatic growth cannot happen as long as we are hell-bent on being perfect. It's in the messy parts that we find the most valuable life lessons to grow from, not in the seemingly flawless bits. Please like, share, and subscribe if you agree with what I just said. Perfectionism can often masquerade as a virtuous pursuit of excellence, making it challenging to recognize its presence in our lives. Yet, beneath the surface, subtle signs and behaviors reveal the grip of perfectionist tendencies. Let's explore some common indicators that may signal that you're grappling with perfectionism. Perfectionists tend to set impossibly high standards for themselves, whether it's in academics, work, relationships, or personal endeavors. They strive for flawless performance and often berate themselves for any perceived shortcomings. A pervasive fear of failure drives perfectionists to avoid taking risks or attempting new challenges. They may procrastinate or avoid tasks altogether to sidestep the possibility of failing or falling short of their lofty expectations. Perfectionists also often engage in black and white thinking, viewing outcomes as either perfect or complete failures. They struggle to see shades of grey and interpret any deviation from perfection as a personal flaw. Perfectionists also have a harsh inner critic that berates them for even minor mistakes or imperfections. They internalize criticism and struggle to extend themselves the same compassion and understanding that they offer to others. Perfectionists may oscillate between periods of procrastination and frenzied overwork. They struggle to find a balance between striving for excellence and feeling overwhelmed by the pressure to perform perfectly. They also have difficulty delegating tasks to others because they fear that others won't meet their exacting standards. They may micromanage or take on excessive responsibilities to ensure that things are done right. Perfectionists often seek external validation and approval to validate their own self-worth. They derive a sense of identity and value from external achievements and accolades rather than internal validation. And they may also avoid seeking feedback or constructive criticism because they fear that it will confirm their own fears of inadequacy. They struggle to accept feedback graciously, and they may become defensive or dismissive when confronted with critiques. The relentless pursuit of perfection can also take a toll on both physical and emotional well-being. Perfectionists may experience chronic stress, anxiety, or burnout as they struggle to meet their own unrealistic expectations. And perfectionism can strain relationships too, because perfectionists may impose their high standards on others or withdraw emotionally when expectations aren't met. They may struggle to connect authentically with others because they fear vulnerability and also imperfection. So recognizing these signs is the first step toward cultivating self-awareness and addressing perfectionist tendencies with compassion and understanding. Remember, you are more than your achievements, and embracing imperfection is the key to unlocking true fulfillment and growth. Perfectionism can manifest differently in children and adults. For children, it might surface in academic settings where they feel pressured to achieve top grades, or in extracurricular activities where they strive for excellence at all costs. In adults, perfectionism can manifest in career pursuits, relationships, or personal endeavors. But it doesn't emerge in a vacuum. It's often rooted in various underlying factors that shape our beliefs and our behaviors. And understanding these triggers is crucial for unraveling the complexities of perfectionist tendencies. Childhood experiences play a pivotal role in shaping perfectionism. Growing up in an environment where praise and approval are contingent upon achievement can instill a fear of failure and a relentless drive for perfection. Cultural norms and societal expectations, on the other hand, can also fuel perfectionism. In cultures that prioritize achievement and success, individuals may feel compelled to constantly prove their worth through flawless performance. And then if we look at family dynamics, including parental expectations and modeling, it can significantly influence the development of perfectionism. Children raised by perfectionist parents may internalize unrealistic standards and adopt perfectionist tendencies themselves. Then there's trauma, such as experiencing failure or criticism, and that can trigger perfectionist tendencies as a coping mechanism. Individuals may strive for perfection as a means of regaining control or even avoiding further pain. But certain personality traits, such as high levels of conscientiousness or anxiety sensitivity, may predispose individuals to perfectionism. And a combination of genetic predisposition and environmental factors can amplify perfectionist tendencies. Media portrayals of idealized perfection and comparison culture on social media, that can exacerbate feelings of inadequacy and fuel perfectionist tendencies. Constant exposure to curated images of success can distort perceptions of reality, and that is something we all know and see every day. So understanding these underlying issues and causes is essential for addressing perfectionism effectively. By recognizing the triggers and unpacking the beliefs that drive those perfectionist tendencies, we can begin to cultivate self-awareness and develop healthier ways of relating to ourselves and to others around us. Remember, perfectionism does not define you. By exploring the roots of perfectionism for yourself, with compassion and curiosity, you can reclaim your authenticity and embrace the beauty of imperfection. But perfectionism manifests differently across various cultures, and it's shaped by unique societal values, traditions, and historical contexts. So let's explore some distinct perspectives on perfectionism from around the world, and it might shed light on its multifaceted nature. In Japan, the concept of katazuki embodies the pursuit of perfect completion. Rooted in principles of craftsmanship and attention to detail, katazuki emphasizes precision and excellence in all endeavors. And while this dedication to perfectionism fosters a culture of mastery, it can also perpetuate high levels of stress and self-criticism. In the United States, the American dream fuels perfectionist tendencies, equating success with achievement and upward mobility. The relentless pursuit of excellence drives individuals to strive for perfection in their careers, in their relationships, and all over in their personal lives. However, this pursuit often comes at a cost of well-being and work-life balance. German culture values efficiency, precision, and adherence to standards of excellence. Perfectionism is ingrained in educational systems and professional environments where meticulous attention to detail is prized. While this emphasis on quality yields impressive results, it can also foster a fear of failure and a perfectionist striving. In South Korea, which is a highly competitive academic culture, they place immense pressure on students to excel academically. The pursuit of perfection is fueled by societal expectations and parental pressure to secure prestigious academic and career opportunities. And this pressure often takes a toll on students' mental health and well-being. And in contrast to cultures that prioritize perfectionism, Brazil embraces imperfection as part of its cultural identity. The concept of Jejinchu Brasileiro celebrates adaptability, creativity, and finding innovative solutions in the face of challenges. This cultural mindset fosters resilience and a more relaxed attitude toward perfectionism. And if we look at Swedish culture, which embodies the principle of lagom, which translates to just the right amount, this balanced approach emphasizes moderation, equality, and contentment with simplicity. Perfectionism is viewed with skepticism, as excessive striving is seen as an antithetical to the Swedish ethos of collective well-being. Now, these diverse perspectives underscore the complexity of perfectionism and its cultural nuances. But by understanding the cultural contexts in which perfectionism thrives, we gain insight into its impact on individuals and on societies worldwide. Perfectionism exacts a toll on both children and adults. In children, it can lead to anxiety, low self-esteem, and burnout. And for adults, it can result in chronic stress, depression, and a decreased quality of life. But persistent perfectionism can have lasting consequences on mental health. Adults who cling to perfectionist tendencies may find themselves trapped in a cycle of self-doubt and dissatisfaction. And children raised in environments where perfectionism is valued may struggle with feelings of inadequacy well into adulthood. So you might be wondering, how do we avoid the impact and the long-term consequences? Join my online Get Up and Grow community, and you'll learn new skills and tools to do just this every day. Fortunately, there are also great remedies and therapies to combat perfectionism. Cognitive behavioral therapy helps individuals challenge and reframe perfectionist beliefs. Mindfulness practices cultivate self-compassion and acceptance, and resilience-building techniques equip us with the tools to navigate setbacks and imperfections. Like I said, join Get Up and Grow to get direct access to some of the best resilience-building techniques and practices. Perfectionism, though often glorified, is a double-edged sword. While it may drive achievement, it can also erode well-being and hinder growth. But recognizing the detrimental effects of perfectionism is the first step towards liberation. By embracing imperfection and cultivating self-compassion, we can break free from its grip and embark on a journey of authenticity and fulfillment. Remember, perfection is not the goal. Growth, resilience, and self-compassion pave the path to true fulfillment.